All right, so I'm going to talk to you about one of the most challenging things about being a real estate agent. It's using a technique called the feel, felt, found technique will help you immensely with what I'm talking about. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about objections. If you're a real estate agent, you are going to meet many objections along your path to success. So you need to have tools to be able to overcome these objections. And the most classic objection is when you're in front of a potential listing client and looks like things are going real well, and then they say something like, you charge too much. I would list with you, I really like you, but I just think you charge too much. Most agents are not prepared for handling this. So the way to get prepared is using a method called the feel, felt, found method. Now, I teach two different methods. The feel, felt, found method is 101, the 7-step method, which you should be able to find a video around here on that as well. That's the advanced method. Let's stick with the feel, felt, found method. So getting back to our scenario, the seller tells you that they have hesitation with listing, well, they're not going to list with you because they just think that you charge too much. So what's happening here on a psychological level, the seller's anticipating you being disappointed. They know they're telling you something you're disappointed in. This is where it all really goes, in the wrong direction if you don't have a plan here. So part of the feel, felt, found method is to make things more relaxing, bring the tension down, so you actually almost agree with them for what they're saying. That is kind of the technique. So let's follow it again. Feel, felt, found. Steve, I'd love to list with you, but I just feel like you charge too much. This is my response here. I understand exactly how you feel. In fact, many of my best clients felt exactly the way you did. Now, keep in mind, you can kind of ad-lib that a little bit. The main thing is stay in that mode a little bit to bring the tension down. You're agreeing with them, and they're kind of, as you're agreeing with them, they're going, this feels good. Then you continue on with the found part. But what they have found is a small investment in me can yield high returns in you. First, I'd like to introduce the who I'm referring to, and then I'd like to show you how I was able to make them so happy. Do you have about 3 minutes I can show you these things? And most of the time they always say yes. Okay, so now what we're about to do is we're about to launch a solve. When I go over the 7-step process, we don't get into solves then either. Solves have to be their own separate video. So we will go over many solves. Now you know what a solve is. You launch into another mini presentation that's designed to elevate your situation higher, get more confidence, get them agreeing, get them nodding their head. And so once you have done that, then you go back into a close. So once you've done that, you say something along the lines like this. You've done a solve, you've elevated the situation, you've got them nodding, and then you say something like, can you see how investing 1% more in me can bring, possibly 5 to 15% more return into your situation? And then whenever you do something along those lines, you nod your head. And then you could just go into a very strong close. Well, awesome. I just need your approval here. You basically do what we call the writing close. I just need your approval here, and I'll have my photographer come out here in the next day or so. You shut up and see if they will go ahead and sign the listing agreement. And then if they don't, they throw another objection. You overcome that, but most of the time, if you close in confidence, they will sign it, you'll get the listing. Well, excellent. I hope that you found this helpful. You'll have to rehearse it, but remember, feel, felt, found. It works, folks.